Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to do something a lot of people have asked me about. Some people have asked me, in the vastity of all the games I have and shit, what are some of the best RPGs I've ever played? I wanted to mainly make this list consist of titles I've beaten, because I consistently say a lot of times that it's kind of unfair to judge a game without beating it. However, since this is in a positive light, I am making one exception for one title. These are in no particular order, but these, in my opinion, are some of the best RPGs I ever played since I began gaming and up to now. They're old, they're new, and there's a nice variety of titles. Now, what is being considered in this? Balance, challenge, and, well, just kind of overall package. Not simply just a small little quirk here or there of interest. Games that were designed well with good challenges. Not simple, don't get me wrong, I like, say, Super Mario RPG and The Legend of the Seven Stars, but that doesn't challenge you so much. It's just an enjoyable game to go through. So these are what I consider some challenging games that will fail in kind. Man, I really feel like I'm getting a bit of a sore throat. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? First title is one I've talked about before. Shining in the Darkness. The first Shining game in the Shining series. This is legitimately the first RPG I've ever played. But the RPG that got me into RPGs was Final Fantasy IV. Back when I was young and childish, I couldn't wrap my head around this game. I didn't understand what I was playing because I didn't know what an RPG was back then. And I was much younger than when I got into Final Fantasy IV. Oddly, it's so funny how we got this game. Our neighbor, let us borrow this, and he borrowed my sister's copy of Aladdin, and he moved away with it, and we left with this. My sister never had interest in it, and for years I never knew how to play it because I didn't understand it. Then once I started getting into RPGs, I stumbled upon it in old Sega Genesis stuff, and I was like, oh, I remember this, and I tried it again, and it all clicked, and I played one of the most favorite first-person RPG dungeon crawlers that I still hold in high regard these days. It's hard, it's long, and it's brutalizingly unfair and full of many horrifying secrets if you are willing to investigate all the walls and doors and ceilings for so many weird secrets. It's amazing how when you're a child, how willing you are to find all this shit. And when you grow up like my age or Remote RPG's age, you just don't feel like you have the time to invest in any of that. Just looking around for everything. I couldn't imagine doing that these days with this game. But I have so many fond memories of doing such. Now here's a game a lot of people always hear me talk about, so it's no surprise it continues to remain to be one of my favorite. Lufia 2, The Return of the Sinestral, sequel to Lufia 1, technically actually a prequel though. This game treats you with intelligence. With its fun, basic, turn-based combat that's fun, engaging, and decent, it also challenges your mind with mind-boggling puzzles that I still don't feel a lot of games even come close to. There are just some really fun dungeon puzzles that were in this game, and there's a lot interesting. It's a very nice balance of combat challenge and mind-challenging puzzles, all breaking up all the monotony of each other. It still remains as one of my most favorite RPGs ever. And of course, it will be no surprise to anyone, of course, that out of the three Souls games, I can't really say they're better than Demon's Souls. While they all have their different unique quirks that make them good, and that Demon's Souls, in my opinion, is still a harder and more challenging game than the other two. And it revolutionized a whole lot of awesome ideas. It brought great challenge, ways to challenge yourself, and while at the same time allowing you to break the game if you don't feel like you want that challenge, giving you great amounts of freedom. Demon's Souls is just still a classic in my mind. And, it only came out in 2009. So, now let's go on to a few more obscure-ish titles. Not so obscure-ish, but maybe ones I don't talk about as much. So, here's what I think is a really good one. Wild Arms 3. It's my favorite in the series. And I've only played a little 5 to be fair, so I don't have a huge opinion of 5 because I only played a little of it. But Wild Arms 3 is great. If you liked that Lufia 2 dungeon crawling puzzle solving, you get a lot of that. A lot of the Wild Arms series keeps that kind of stuff alive. And that's what I really like about the Wild Arms series. But Wild Arms 3 not only had that, but a lot of interesting ideas that carried on from Wild Arms 2, such as avoiding combat. But overall, it was a really good game. It has a really good length, and the final boss, while kind of a weird Deus Ex Machina out of your top hat kind of weird final boss, was a really strange of chain bosses that really, a few of them really weird bosses I've still haven't really seen anything do before. I mean, one of them can literally reset. Like, each stage is its own boss fight, so this one particular could actually reset his stage like nothing ever happened. It was really weird, really strange. Wild Arms 3, I think, was a very good balanced game with decent challenge in it. Now, of course, there had to be a Dragon Quest game in here. How could we not have a Dragon Quest game in here? Seriously, why couldn't we? How couldn't we? How couldn't we have Dragon Quest VIII Course, Journey of the Cursed King? Whew. This is just epic RPG. It's great. It looks great. It has awesome cell shading that pushes the PS3 to awesome animation kind of look to it. And it's just classic turn-based with a good twist of challenge. And there was so many nice post-game things. This is how you do kick-ass post-game. It has a chain of hard boss fights in post-game, plus an additional ending, which you don't even have to challenge all those hard boss fights, though you do have to challenge one, but they get harder from there on, but you unlock the additional ending you can do. And it's an awesome journey. The voice acting, Square Enix put the soul of the old times in this game, and it's so sad that it just did not fly off the shelves like it should have. This deserved so much credit. It is, my opinion, one of the better Dragon Quest games. Well, all the Dragon Quest games are good games, but like, a lot of Dragon Quest games kind of teeter-totter on sometimes just being really difficult, or sometimes giving, like, just playing Dragon Quest 2 on NES, so those nightmares of that cave, what was it, the Cave of Ronin, I believe, that, where it trials of fucking evil, and then there was, like, monsters near the end of the game that could instant kill you and just fucking flat out send you all the way back through all that shit. But this, in my opinion, is one of the best balanced Dragon Quest games that offers great challenge while not making it have certain instances where it seems maybe a little unfair here and there. Dragon Quest 3, though, is also one of my favorites, but Dragon Quest 3, out of the first 3 games on the NES, I would say Dragon Quest 3 is the easiest on the NES. All the Game Boy Color remakes of them are all vastly easier than their counterparts, so much challenging or one, in my opinion, with a good fair touch balance. Now, of course, here's one that might catch people off guard because this is pretty much the most modern title, and that would be a Wii exclusive, Xenoblade Chronicles. This was such an oh my god RPG. Like, I can't tell you how thrilling it was. It's so amazing. I feel so sorry that anyone who didn't get to experience this and has to forcibly wait until they get lucky to find a copy or hope the price goes down at some point. This was an amazing game and definitely worth throwing your fucking money down to get a Wii. I mean, especially now, you can get Wii's really cheap now. So, I mean, get this game, buy like a $30, $40 Wii. You won't regret. This game is just packed full of fun, great, interesting ideas, and I can't wait for the next game. I hope Nintendo is not so fucking retarded to ignore its Western audience again. Because I tell you, that thing comes out, Wii U's are going to be selling. They will be selling. Hear me, Nintendo? Get that fucking thing over here. This game is excellent. Look it up. Find it. Buy it. Get a damn Wii if you don't own one. Or buy a Wii U. Whatever. Something that plays this and play it now. It's just kick-ass. I just love the whole mechanic of dodging, like getting foresight of shit that could nearly all kill you, and you can try and actually stop it. That is such an awesome idea. I've never heard of any game ever doing that. So you're thrown into fights that could kill you, and yet you could actually stop it or counter these moves. It's such an interesting concept, and so many types of challenge ones could be done in this game. Now, here's one that was in one of my really old videos of PS1 games. Blitzball, The Legend of Forsaria. I'm probably saying it all wrong. This is probably one of the rarest American PS1 games, or one of the most expensive at least. This game has never went down. It has always been at least $100. I remember this game used to sell for like $200 fucking dollars. I was so lucky when I got this fucking thing. I was so lucky. I got for like 20 some bucks, 25, 30, something. That wasn't ridiculous. And it had its book and everything. And it is a big, colorful book. And this game is packed full of RPG goodness, of tactics style. It is a management army simulating RPG. It's so awesome because not only this damn book's so fucking big it won't go back in. It takes a long time to beat this game, but there's so many there's so much replay value because you get to pick one of the empires, one of the different kingdoms, and they're all different forms of difficulty. Like the easiest ones, the two easiest ones are actually teamed up with each other, so you have an ally, but at the same time you can also trade them. But I mean, or you can even be the bad guys, which is the hardest fucking people to beat because you're in the middle of all the countries who are all attacking you simultaneously. This game is so interesting, and it's such a shame that it never got to be huge, especially since Japan got a special version after the original release that added a versus co-op-ish mode kind of thing and an extra ending, and it's such a shame because we don't got that in this. So it kind of leaves a weird plot hole in the story and makes us feel like we have an inferior version. But hey, this is still a really good game. It's really good. Aaron loved the hell out of this game. He just like, I need this again. No. It's like, you break it, you won't be able to replace it because you're poor. It's like, this is an expensive game, and I definitely value it. Definitely value it. So, here's an interesting one. Probably most controversial when it comes to balance, because all three, well, technically 4 titles now. Well, actually, you could say 5, considering the other one. But Not Odyssey. Another first-person dungeon RPG crawling game. This game took me a really long time to beat. A really freaking long time. It took a lot of work, a lot of effort, and even the final boss, after so much leveling up and shit, could still kick my fucking ass. It's definitely up there as long, hard RPG that all the fucking level grinding in the world doesn't make it so freaking, oh, well, turn the button, I just mash attack and won't die at all. No, this boss can hand your ass still. And no, I didn't level up max, but it's a really fucking hard final boss. The story's a little bizarre, but not exactly revolution. The whole map making system with the DS was an awesome idea. The recapture that kind of classic game, like Shining in the Darkness feeling, where you had to remember or make your own fucking maps to fucking get anywhere. This series is awesome, and I've been wanting to start a Let's Play the second game whenever I finish Classic Heroes 1, which I know I have not gone to in quite a while, because I've been busy. And of course, this one won't surprise anyone either. Persona 3 FES. The actual Persona 3, not the answer. Persona 3 had a lot of challenge, a lot of slapping you in the face for fucking up. It punished you, but yet it gave you so many leeways to level up and such. And yet the final boss still bitch slapped you in the fucking end. You had to come up with good ideas. I don't know how hard the original Persona 3 version is. And as far as I understand, the PSP version's easier because you can control your characters, no longer having to rely on AI. But as far as I understand, FES is harder than the original version, and you do not get to control your allies. The final boss is fucking hard. Really hard. And I'm sorry, I can't put Persona 4 on this list. The final boss was so easy. So easy. So ridiculously easy compared to this. This game is fucking hard. And if it would be a really super great RPG if it had the really fun level designs of Persona 4. But hey, hopefully Persona 5 will be a bit more challenging. And while I on note of Shin Megami Tensei, the one game that gets through the loophole that I have never been, but there's no way I could not put on this list as a super challenging fucking game. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. I've never beaten Nocturne. It's fucking hard. Really fucking hard. And if you want the real, true, absolute best ending, you have to go through the optional hard, piss fucking hard dungeon to get it. This game is fucking challenging, and if you want a really challenging, fun game that challenges you, get a copy of Nocturne Shin Megami Tensei 3. Also, no, in American Europe, it was not called 3, it was just called Nocturne. But this is Shin Megami Tensei 3 in Japan. It is a really good game. I definitely want to do a Let's Play on it to encourage me to actually beat it for once. Because I always get so far, and then it's just, there's other stuff I want to play, and it just kind of falls in the back. And that's one of the things I like about doing Let's Plays. It really tries to encourage me to finish them more. And I know that's ironic when I have 2 that I haven't finished yet, which used to be 3 with the answer, but I got back to that. And like I said, I hope to get back to Classic Heroes and the August War Zero and get those done too. But, it's just kind of that situation. But anyway, those are 10 games that I think that are really well-balanced, challenging, and hold your intelligence to a high degree and not holding your hand like a little fucking piss-ass baby. Those are some really good RPGs, though. And there's more. There's tons more. There's so many more RPGs that have unique, interesting ideas, not simply just being well balanced. I mean, there's stuff that's interesting, but it's way out of balance, like Sigma Star. This was a really interesting game, but man, balance is just out of control in that game. So understand, this is not a simple thing. I mean, I passed up Lunar 2 and Lunar 1, you know. Personally, Lunar 2 is an excellent RPG. But in the end, I'd say it probably suffers from being a bit too easy, though. But these are just choices I picked, and there's so many more that could have been added to this list. Let me know if you think there were some titles that you think should have been in this list, or your personal 10 you think are well-balanced, challenging RPGs. Let me know down below, and I'm sorry I stuttered there, or apparently a video on my computer reloaded that scared the living fuck out of me for a second. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Shut up, Dave! Control! You scared the hell out of me!